Hey guys, how's it going? Kyprotonic here. Today I have a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle against a friend called Tom, also known as Duude1991 on YouTube. His link will be in the description. Anyway, this battle took place during Wild Cheese's stream the other day, and Tom was looking for a battle, and he was like, yeah, do you want a battle, blah blah blah, in his American style voice, like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, quickly looking at his team, Latios and Haxorus are probably the most threatening things, but yeah, my team's kind of standard. But yeah, let's just begin this. So potential leads I wasn't really too sure. I thought maybe he would lead out with something to, you know, try and take on my Tyranitar, because, you know, Tyranitar lead was quite obvious. So it turns out he's going to lead with this Sork thing. I'm just going to lead out with Landorus. I'm going to go for U-turn because I don't know what he wants to try and do. And I can just go into Skarmory just to try and scout what he wants to try and do. Turns out this is actually a choice banded variant of Sork, because I actually get smacked in the face pretty hard by the close combat. And that sucks because this Skarmory is actually max HP, max defense. I think with, with that type of EV spread. So here I'm actually going to switch out, going to go into my Gengar, just predicting the next close combat, which is correctly done. He decides now to switch out and go straight into Milotic. So I'm going to go for the substitute, taking the opportunity just to, you know, because he's locked onto the move, and that does give me a free substitute. I don't carry Thunderball on this thing. This is actually a substitute with the disable, and yeah, I just gotta try and work around this Milotic. This thing's always a pain in the arse to deal with sometimes, but yeah, I just go for disable, predicting another Scald, but it turns out he predicts that, and that's why he goes for Ice Beam, and yeah, that kind of wrecks Gengar just a little bit. So I'm here. I'm actually have to be forced out to switch into something. I'm gonna go into Tentacool, because Tentacool can actually take on Milotic pretty well and resist both of its stabs. Oh, the Ice Beam and Water attack, you know what I mean. But, you know, it resists the water move and ice. And this does actually give me the opportunity to try and set up with the Toxic Spikes, whilst he brings in a Haxorus. So this thing's actually quite scary. And I know he's mentioned to me that Choice Banded Haxorus is a boss in the past, because we usually kind of talk occasionally. And he's like, oh, you should make a team with, like, around Choice Banded Haxorus. So I'm here, I'm going to sack my Skarmory, because there's nothing more I can actually... There's no Pokemon on my team could actually take a Choice Bounded Outrage from this monster. And I was actually hoping I could take at least two Outrages there. And yeah, I don't, so that kind of sucks. So I lose Skarmory, and this kind of widens up the game for him to actually start threatening with that Haxorus later on. If it is actually banded, then it will be hurting. If it's Scarfed, then it's going to be outspeeding quite a lot of things. So I just got to kind of work around that. just have to be careful around that. So he brings in Latios, predicting the Earthquake, which was correctly. I was really tempted to go for Stone Edge, but I just wanted to go for the Earthquake because, you know, it would pretty much hit anything on his team other than this Latios. He goes for Draco Meteor while bringing Tyranitar. Because he's locked onto that, I'm going to predict his switch out, so that's why I go for Pursuit. It was tempted to go for the Stealth Rock there, but I thought if I catch the Latios on the outgo there, I was hoping I could actually kill it, and it barely survived, so that kind of sucks. And yeah, that thing's actually going to be still around, and I think if I remember correctly, that thing caused my team a little bit more of a problem to deal with later on. So Pursuit doesn't kill it, in comes the Milotic. I'm going to switch out, going to go back into Tentacool, because I want to get up that other layer of Toxic Spikes, because I think I only got one layer up, and that will actually give me the opportunity to try and hurt something. But here, I was playing two minds, like, oh yeah, I should go get my other layer of Toxic Spikes up, but instead I thought maybe he would switch into the Haxorus, predicting that, and that's why I go for the Boiling Water, hoping to catch that on the switch and then hopefully get the burn. But yeah, that doesn't work out. And yeah, this is kind of really annoying, because that Haxorus, I think, is going to come back in. Yeah, it does right now, whilst he predicts me to go for the other layer of Toxic Spike. So, you know, he was actually making the correct plays. I'm not sure if he predicted me to do that, or he was just making the better judgment of just staying in there, but I think more likely he will be predicting me to do that type of scenario. Predicting his Haxorus switching on the first time of asking, but on the second time of asking he does it correctly. So here I'm going to go into Tyranitar just to be a sacrifice, because there's nothing on my team, like I say, I can take an Outrage. He gets a crit, it really didn't matter, because he could outspeed me anyway, because this Tyranitar doesn't actually carry the most speediest spread on it. So here I'm going to go back into Gengar, because I'm actually faster. which turns out I was actually correct to think it was choice banded. I'm actually going to be able to outspeed the thing and kill it off with a Shadow Ball. So that's one threat out the way. Now in comes Azumarill, and because my Skarmory is gone, this thing's just going to start wrecking things on my team. And I'm just going to go into my Tentacruel. I guess he predicts that, or just didn't want to go for the Aqua Jet. I'm pretty sure he would have predicted that. So yeah, I don't take that Waterfall pretty good at all, so that kind of sucks. And now, yeah, I just have to, I think I might have to preserve my Tentacruel just a little bit, but you know, I'm still actually hoping I can at least take one other hit from this thing. And yeah, like most of his team was pretty annoying to deal with, and because I lost my Skarmory early game, that kind of like sucks to work around this Azumarill, and especially that Haxorus. But eventually I did get rid of the Haxorus, sorry, but that Azumarill is still going to cause a bit of a threat. So I go for the Earthquake again, and I knew even if he wanted to bring in the Laios, the Sand would kill off there, so that was pretty good thinking on my behalf, I guess. I thought maybe the Milotic would come in, and I could at least 2-3 kill this thing. But I'm going to stay in now because I know it's going to be at least a solid 2-3 hit KO, maybe a 2 depending on min-max damage. And whilst the Toxic is racking up, so it's more likely, like I say, a 2-3 damage kill. So yeah, he doesn't get the burn with the Scald, which is great because that doesn't cut my physical Earthquake attack in half. And yeah, I do get rid of that Milotic. So in comes now the Azumarill. It's going to go for the Aqua Jet, and because it's more likely choice banded, I don't know, maybe he was running like a whole fucking team of choice band minus like the Milotic. And I think, does he, oh yeah, he also has the Jellicent as well, so you know, his team is really, really offensive if you actually think about it. Although he does carry like 2 walls, but man, a lot of fighting power. Not literally saying fighting moves, but you know, like the power of Haxorus and Azumarill choice banded is just scary. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go into Terrakion. I know I can at least take one Aqua Jet just because it's still bulky, etc. And I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake because I think this is his second to last Pokemon, and his only other Pokemon is the although he does have this thing, but I didn't think he'd be carrying the Mach Punch because, yeah, it doesn't actually learn it apparently. So yeah, his last Pokemon is a Jellicent, and this thing is just so bulky, so not even a solid, it's not even going to be a 2-hit KO on this thing. I don't even get it down to half. So yeah, he's going to finish off with the Boiling Water Scald, and that's the game for him. So guys, check him out. His link will be in the description. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in a few days. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.